There you go, EJ. Here's a very interesting matchup here. The Whisper taking on Montequila. We've seen Montequila a few times here in PPW. Whisper making his PPW debut here on High Voltage.
Always look forward to seeing new talent here at PPW, Paul Bo.
Another Chikara guy making his debut here tonight. Tag team, one half of the Chikara Tag Team Champions is the Whisper. This should be interesting. Here we go. Collar and elbow tie-up. Both men jockeying for position. Montequila right into that wrist lock. Winds it up. Good way to control the body. Anywhere the whisk goes, the body's sure to follow.
Two evenly matched opponents here, Paul Bo.
And now in the maneuver countering that, another wrist lock by the Whisper. There we go. There's that athletic ability of Montequilla.
Montequila with controlling the matchup via the wrist here.
Oh, beautiful back flip by the Whisper, saying anything you do, I can do better.
As I was saying, Paul Bo, two evenly matched opponents here. Mantequilla, Whisper going back to square one here.
Big side headlock by the Whisper. Monty trying to get lower, trying to create that leverage. Now powering out, working back to the wrist. Winds it up. Look at a display of strength by Monty, bending him over into the bridge. Whisper showing some lower core strength. Now back into the side headlock again. Both men, EJ, feeling each other out.
Absolutely. Still in the early goings of this matchup. Neither one wants to give an inch. Both very similar in their offense here. You could see it coming to a standstill multiple times already within the first 2 minutes. Here we go. Whisper trying to go around the waist,
beautiful
brings down
roll
Mantequilla.
To that one-legged crab there. Beautiful. Now you're seeing those Chikara submission maneuvers. Here, look at that.
Absolutely. The training of Mike Quackenbush. Unorthodox style. That's the advantage you have coming from the Chikara brand of pro wrestling. You may be able to hit your opponent with something they've never seen before in the ring, Paul Bo, let alone know how to defend against. But speaking of defense, look at Mantequilla coming back in this one. Wheelbarrow, arm drag. Mantequilla back on his feet here.
Look at that. Oh, man. Whisper tried to fight out of that. Rolls him over, shoulders down, and a kick out.
Tell you what, that looks like if you try to Hurricane Run in a barroom right there. That one's spilling almost out to the outside, Paul Bo.
Well, Montequilla was going so fast, Whisper lost his balance there. Both men tumbling down. Sends him for the ride. Drop down by Monty. Big leapfrog. And there's the patented hands on the hips. And the Whisper.
Not a smart place to go with Mantequilla, Paul.
No, absolutely not. Monty's looking to take flight here. Tope Solacita in the front row. Right into that guardrail.
Tell you what, Mantequilla, he'll take any opponent, show them something they've never seen before, Paul Bo. Doesn't matter what system you came from. Mantequilla thought that was 3. Kim Holbert's a little slow in the count. I got to agree with him.
Monty firing up here. Whoa, you don't want to hit Holbert. Oh,
Mantequilla-
Whisper right to the backbreaker. Shoulders down. Kick out.
Mantequilla's good nature getting the best of him there, Paul Bo. Was looking out for Holbert. Even after he gave him a slow count. Oh, look at that. Famouser from Shadow. Kick out for Montequila, though. It's going to take more than that.
Whisper trying to throw the kitchen sink, so to say, at Monty. Can't seem to put him away.
You're seeing right here two excellent
Pendulum
flyweight.
backbreaker by the Whisper. And now there's that martial arts style kick, that MMA action, those elbows right to the carotid artery, and a running knee.
As I was saying, Paul Bo, two excellent flyweight competitors here. Look at that huge slam.
North-south cover. Kick out again by Montequilla.
Paul Bo, that was a huge power maneuver on the part of Shadow there. Is it going to be enough to keep Montequilla down? He's stunned in the corner. Montequilla up and over. Full steam ahead. Montequilla just
Oh, man, Insaguri, EJ.
a little too quick.
Going for the springboard into the sunset flip. Whisper rolls through. Both men are starting to get tired here, EJ. You see this match has slowed down considerably.
Whisper going back to those deadly knees and another.
Power slam.
Absolutely.
Kick out again by Montequilla.
Paul Bo, judging from his debut performance here at PPW, Whisper knows how to mix. Knows how to mix those high risk, high flying maneuvers with the more traditional power maneuvers that you would more usually see in the heavyweight division. Knows how to utilize those very, very usefully in his arsenal.
Monty trying to fight out here. Whisper has him grounded. You want to keep Montequilla on the ground.
Montequilla got to that rope there.
That's called ring awareness, EJ.
Doesn't matter how many moves you know, when your opponent gets to that bottom rope, you got to let go. Montequilla looks perplexed.
Well, I think he spent a lot of energy earlier trying to fight off those Furies, and now the Whisper just stalking him.
He doesn't know where to go from here. He's thrown everything, including the kitchen sink, at Whisper. Perhaps saving something in his sleeve here, but not in a good position. Montequilla, hanging off the back of Whisper, gets out.
Oh, reverse Rana! Out of nowhere by Monty. Down goes the Whisper.
Paul Bo, you can see the imprint of Whisper's head in the middle of that ring there. Montequilla absolutely just slammed Whisper into that mat.
Both men are laid out. Referee Jim Holbert beginning to count.
The question is, who did that take more out of, Paul Bo, Mantequilla or Whisper? Bit of a desperation move on the part of Mantequilla. You could see not much power behind those elbows from either opponent.
No, these men are totally spent here.
Mantequilla trying to dig down deep, drawing the crowd of the PPW Nation here. Whisper fighting back. Evenly matched opponents here. It's going to come down to who wants it more, Paul Bo. Mantequilla ducks again. Unbelievable big right hand. That might be the game changer. It may all come down to a right hand, Paul Bo.
Whisper once again, though, stands right up. Monty slips right over. Oh, man.
With the spin kick.
Canadian
Beautiful.
Destroyer. These men are going all at it.
Paul Bo, you're seeing maneuvers here that will put most men asleep for 2 weeks, and still these men are fighting on. What is it going to take to get that 3 count?
Big knife edge chop right across the chest. Stuns the Whisper back into the corner.
Montequila with the hard whip. That broke Whisper at half, Paul Bo.
You can see him in the corner. Got a big boot up, not much on it, grazed him. Running knee right to the side of the face.
That might be all it takes, Paul Bo. Whisper with a knee to the back of the head from the fireman's carry. I think that's it. No.
Whisper going out, going up top.
Whisper looking to put it away here.
Monty moves.
Thinks twice about it.
Oh man, rolls him down.
Modified crucifix there into the discus forearm. That has to be it, Paul Bo.
It's over. Here's your winner, Montequila. Montequilla victorious tonight here on PPW High Voltage. Whisper put up a valiant effort, EJ.
Absolutely. Impressive first showing here from Whisper. But this is Montequila's house, Paul Bo. He's looking to climb back up those ranks.
PPW on June 27th. Your destiny awaits you.
Come see former WWE Diva Summer Rae, former WWE Superstar TJ Perkins, from NXT, the returning Mercedes Martinez, along with Sean Maluda, PPW Heavyweight Champion Evander James, the Neon Ninja Facade, Green Machine Mike Orlando, South Philly's finest, and much, much more. Tickets are available right now at ppwwrestling.com.
Welcome back to PPW High Voltage. Phil Bravado, Drew Adams in the ring, and now has a microphone.
All right, everyone, listen up. We can get right to the point. Sean Carr's not here now. My bodyguard is not here. I paid them so much to get here, but not even here. Where is my bodyguard? I don't know where. My bodyguard is here. Everything's gonna be all right. I didn't get a
Hey, Lamar Hawkins out here. Ryan Race making his way to the ring. Lamar Hawkins, the undeniable insurance policy. Drew Adams may have barked up the wrong tree. Drew Adams getting some bad news, and that's that Lamar Hawkins is not on his team. And possibly even worse news, as Ryan Race has now debuted a new client.
Isaac Rules has just came into the ring here.
Well, Drew Adams is going to have to play defense the whole match.
Look at this. How big is he?
How big?
How big is he?
How big is he? How big?
I don't even have a headset.
He's huge. Apparently he's huge. Speaking of huge, Lamar Hawkins walking behind Ryan Race, and Ryan Race has got to have a bigger mouth now because of the insurance policy that flanks him. Drew Adams is hoping that he has a bodyguard coming because right now it's all bad news. Isaac Rules just threw him. Isaac Rules just threw Drew Adams from one side of the ring to the other and is now welcoming Drew Adams into the challenge. One thing you can't say about Adams is that he's fearless. Adams is fearless and brainless at this point. Ryan Race asking for the mic. Well, Isaac Rules making a strong impression here on PPW High Voltage. Drew Adams, the unlucky recipient. Lamar Hawkins is part of Ryan Race's group, and that is dangerous for everybody. We'll be back, PPW High Voltage.
Look at that! Turn the camera! Look at that! That had to hurt! That's just the start! This is the beginning, baby!
PPW on June 27th. Your destiny awaits you.
Come see former WWE Diva Summer Rae, former WWE Superstar TJ Perkins, from NXT, the returning Mercedes Martinez, along with Sean Maluda, PPW Heavyweight Champion Evander James, the Neon Ninja Facade, Green Machine Mike Orlando, South Philly's Finest, and much, much more. Tickets are available right now at ppwwrestling.com.
Tom Mitchell here. Laszlo, can I get a word with you for a second? So you, as you just saw, you were not in a No Limits Championship match, and it's clearly like you have yet to be pinned by Charles Mason. You guys have had huge issues. I was just trying to see where your mind was right now.
The only issue here, my friend, is that I wasn't in that match. That match was advertised, it was booked, and PPW changes it? I don't think so. I'm going to get after that title. I'm coming back for that title. And tonight, they put me with Brandon Scott. Brandon Scott is going to go down for the Sword of Attila. Just like Fox is going to go down for the Sword of Attila and for the 1, 2, 3. Because I'm coming for that No Limits title. No one can stop me. Not PPW leadership, no wrestler in the locker room. I am the Hungarian hero. I am the only person in the world to wield the Sword of Attila. And I am your next PPW No Limits champion.
That was Laszlo. Now that's back to you guys.
Welcome back to PPW High Voltage. Paul Bowe's talking again, so I'll talk over him. Brandon Scott on the way to the ring. That's what you need to know.
I thought I smelled something fishy when I came in here.
What's that?
Brandon Scott.
Why?
He only shows up when he's up to no good.
Well, the Robinsondale, Minnesota native, a well-traveled competitor, EJ, Global Force Wrestling, WWE, West Coast Wrestling in Oregon. He goes all over the place. He brings his old man to the shows. I think his old man.
Absolutely. Brandon Scott, what are you even doing back here?
Doing a little strut in front of us.
Look at that.
Asking where his love is. Brandon Scott, the longest reigning PPW Television champion in the history of this fine company.
Gotta give respect where respect is due.
Multiple appearances on WWE Television, both this year and
What's
last.
that?
What's what?
WWE. Never heard of it.
Brandon Scott got a jaw with Paul Bowe. That's a waste of time. Tell you that. I do that once a month. What a waste of time that is. What's not a waste of time, EJ? The man coming down the ring, impressing a lot of people. The Hungarian hero, Laszlo Arpad. And Brandon Scott's going to have an uphill battle tonight.
Brandon Scott lives for uphill battles, bravado.
Well, here's a man who started his career in 2009. He came to the United States to prove his wrestling worth, and he has been doing a fine job of it since coming. Laszlo Arpad tried out for WWE last year. He's on the radar, as is Brandon Scott. This one, EJ, is going to be a very good one. Get out of the way, Holbert. Crowd not sure what to make of this one. But Brandon Scott is ready, or at least he appears to be. And Laszlo Arpad has got this crowd in Hazleton right firmly behind him. Brandon Scott mockingly putting his body between the ropes, trying to stop Arpad from coming over. And Brandon Scott doesn't look very impressed. Strutting his way out here in front of you. John with you, EJ. Asking you where the love was.
Laszlo from Hungary. You know where I would go if I was hungry?
Oh, no.
I'll go to Turkey. Did I say that joke before, bravado?
Oh, no. It's
You
late.
didn't laugh. Did you hear that before?
It's late in the night. It's late in the night. Let's just say that.
I'm here all week, folks.
Oh,
Brandon Scott getting out of Dodge very quickly.
Playing mind games. The former TV champion going to do a little walk around the ring, now doing jumping jacks in front of us. Does not seem to be in the least bit worried about Laszlo Arpad.
I'll tell you what, though, it's all part of Brandon Scott's plan. If he's doing something out here, it's because he means to do it. And he is out here with a game plan and a strategy, and this is all part of it.
Fine point, EJ. Brandon Scott, a very strategic wrestler, down to the bone, or down to the note, excuse me, of just what he's doing. And you're right, the mind games continue. We'll have to see if Laszlo Arpad bites. He won't, and Brandon Scott will roll into this match. We are officially started. But Brandon Scott backing off from Laszlo.
See, using that in between the ropes to break the action there, get things down to his pace.
Arpad growing frustrated. The look on his face says it all. And Brandon Scott continues to do laps around the ring. And here comes Arpad, and Brandon Scott doesn't see him. Might have heard me call that, and Brandon Scott starts running. Look out, Frank Boris. And Laszlo Arpad too smart for that.
Right down on the funny bone, but there's nothing funny about missing an elbow, Phil Bravado. Not that you would know about that. Big jump from Laszlo.
Brandon Scott's face says it all. Arpad's big frame coming in. The 6'5", 253-pounder throwing that chop. Wants to be quiet.
Missing wildly, Brandon Scott anticipating that one. Tell you what, we've seen Brandon Scott against every caliber of competitor here at PPW. Oh, look at that. He has never been thrown across the ring quite like that before.
Well, Brandon Scott gives up 65 pounds. That's a lot to give up in a wrestling match. Arpad, taller, bigger in frame, muscular. Brandon Scott's going to have to figure out a way to combat that.
And usually I'd say Brandon Scott has the experience advantage, but both these men very evenly matched in that department as well.
And Mr. Excellence hung up there, all the blood rushing to Brandon Scott's head. Starting to get dizzy, and you're seeing the power of Laszlo right in the middle of the ring. And down goes the former PPW Television champion. Brandon Scott returning to PPW this month. The match was signed earlier today between him and Laszlo.
I haven't seen Brandon Scott in quite some time here in PPW. Whenever he comes, you could bet it's going to be contender for match of the night.
That's well said. We'll not argue with that. And what an inventive move by Brandon Scott. Very smart.
You got to talk about ring awareness. He used every part of the ring right there, simply because he knew where he was at and where his opponent was at.
Brandon Scott going to keep doing victory laps, premature victory laps. Can't let this affect the outcome of the match. Running around the long way of the ring. And throwing Laszlo right into that exposed steel and sitting right next to me.
Good thing we had an extra seat out here.
Brandon
That's all
Scott
I'm
bringing
saying.
everybody
come
over to
on,
the
Brandon
commentary
Scott.
table.
Come on.
Laszlo laying out and Brandon Scott with arms raised in the middle of the ring.
Brandon Scott using the commentary booth as a weapon out here. Holbert should have disqualified him for that. I don't care what you say, Bravado.
And again into the steel post. Brandon Scott.
You know what? You
all
were
that
asking
momentum.
before how you make up a 65-pound weight advantage. This is how you do it, Bravado.
Well, it seems to be working so far. Brandon Scott going to do the tour. Throws him into the ring post and then throws him inside just for good measure.
Hazelton crowd loves when someone gets thrown into the guardrail.
Smart pinning attempt by Brandon Scott, only getting a 2. Going right back down. The ever-aggressive Brandon Scott into a head scissors, slowing this down. Thinking about what he's going to do next.
This is where you're seeing the fundamentals come into play here. And Brandon Scott, nobody knows the fundamentals of pro wrestling better than this man right here.
Hazelton crowd starting to get behind Laszlo Arpad as Laszlo bridging or attempting to bridge out.
It's effective. Laszlo back on his feet here.
Beautiful chop by Laszlo.
Visibly staggered though. Brandon Scott definitely took something out of Laszlo here with those 2 attacks using the corner of the ring and the commentary booth.
Well, the second one, I mean, Laszlo got air. I mean, I've never seen anybody hit that as hard as he did in this gym.
Absolutely.
And I've been here far too long.
Absolutely. I'll agree with that.
Wait, what?
Wait, huh?
I don't know. I thought you were picking on me. Still think you are.
Brandon Scott with a neck breaker.
Slapping his hands together, implying that this is an easy one. We both know, EJ, that that's far from the truth. Both men giving it their all in this match. And smart strategy. You were talking and alluding earlier to the strategy of Brandon Scott. He's slowing it down, slowing the bigger guy down, trying to get some momentum here, trying to figure out what his next move is. Brandon Scott, a strategic and tactical wrestler, and using it to his advantage right now.
Definitely Laszlo needs to rethink his strategy here. Both these men looking for a big W. Climb their way back up those heavyweight ranks here at PPW.
Brandon Scott looks exhausted. Laszlo looks exhausted. Jim Holbert looks exhausted.
Well, that doesn't take much. Brandon
that's true.
Scott up to the middle rope.
Scott wanting praise from everybody. He ain't getting it from no one. And in the meantime, wasting a whole lot of time.
Absolutely. Laszlo has to be biding his time here. Scott went to drop the fist. Laszlo moved out of the way.
Laszlo Arpad started to get a little bit of momentum from that. He had to obviously duck out of the way of that or it would have been over. Brandon Scott quickly sees the momentum change. And in the meantime, he's got a right hand that doesn't feel too good. Flying knee by Laszlo.
Brandon Scott ran right into that one. That's a game changer right there. Brandon Scott receives the sidewalk slam.
Middle of the ring pin. Laszlo grabbing his jaw. At the same time that he was going for the pinning attempt, freeing up one of the hands. Brandon Scott might have used that to his advantage and got out of that one alive. Scott barely looks like he can stand up.
Scott has that neck hooked, uses it to get out, pushes Laszlo out of the way, runs right into that back elbow.
Boot by Laszlo slows down Brandon Scott. Laszlo up to the second rope. Scott kicks out his feet. Smart move. Jim Holbert can barely stand to watch it.
I'll tell you what, Brandon Scott is absolutely ruthless, and you saw it right there. No.
Look at the look on Brandon Scott's face. Cannot believe it. Are you kidding me? He says to referee Jim Holbert, who throws up two fingers in response. Both men giving it their all tonight here on PPW High Voltage.
Holbert's taking a breather there, hands on his knees. Brandon Scott looks like he's going to climb up to the top rope.
Scott trying to get enough energy to get up to the top. He does. Perched up there with far too much time. Lazlo
realizes where he's at, runs through it. Big super kick to return the favor to Brandon Scott.
And now Laszlo looking like he's getting some strength out of this. A seesaw match back and forth.
Raw strength there from Laszlo. Picks Brandon Scott up straight from the mat.
And holds on for three of them. That just charged Laszlo up, and this crowd getting behind Laszlo.
Brandon Scott staggered. Big forearm. Will that be enough to keep Mr. Excellence down?
It is. A great match by two men on the WWE radar, only here at PPW and only on PPW High Voltage. What a match.
PPW on June 27th. Your destiny awaits you.
Come see former WWE diva Summer Rae, former WWE superstar TJ Perkins, from NXT, the returning Mercedes Martinez, along with Sean Maluta, PPW Heavyweight Champion Evander James, the Neon Ninja Facade, Green Machine Mike Orlando, South Philly's finest, and much, much more. Tickets are available right now at ppwwrestling.com.
Welcome
unbreakable, at a combined weight of 421 pounds, Rembrandt Lewis, Toasty Tom, here are the Sons of Dogtown.
Well, the Sons of Dogtown making their debut here.
I like this guy. He's on a
Get outta
skateboard.
here.
I was skateboarding all afternoon.
Get out.
Bravado.
I hope he falls. No skateboard in the gymnasium is what I was told. I tried to get him banned, but here he is.
All right.
Sons of Dogtown making their PPW debut here against the Punk Rock All-Stars, Sean Cannon, Drake Carter, the lovely Delilah, looking to get back into the PPW Tag Team Championship race, and a win over the Sons of Dogtown here would help that cause.
I'll tell you what, Phil, the Sons of Dogtown, House of Glory trained, now making a debut here in PPW.
Well, Jeff Carden in this ring. Gonna get this thing started.
Sons of Dogtown versus the Punk Rock All-Stars. Tell you what, this is a very punk rock matchup we have going on here, Phil Bravado. All right, doesn't get more punk rock than Dogtown. Coming out here on a skateboard.
Well, crowd chanting, "You look stupid." I don't know to which one, but we're set to go. Quick roll up by Drake Carter.
Carter now rolling him over again on Rembrandt Lewis. Floats over, shoulders down, and a kick out.
Now, you don't mess with the fro, Paul.
Tell you what, the Punk Rock All-Stars, we talk about them every month here, Phil. So fundamentally sound here and climbing up the ranks every month here in PPW. Oh, nice move by Rembrandt Lewis into the wheelbarrow roll. Foot sweep and a kick out. Now cover, beautiful bridge by Rembrandt Lewis.
Pablo, let me ask you something. Have you ever been to Dogtown?
I've never been there.
Beautiful place, Santa Monica, California.
Nice arm drag by Rembrandt Lewis. Another deep arm drag.
Paul's not used to beautiful places. EJ's from Hazleton.
I take offense to that, Phil Bravado.
I don't care what
I'm
you
from
take offense
Hazleton also.
Tag into Sean Cannon. Another deep arm drag. Oh, Lewis looks like the back gave out there. Picking him up.
There.
Toasty Tom now in.
Drops a knee right on the face.
Tell you what, the Sons of Dogtown showing a lot of tag team continuity here. Frequent tags in and out. Winds him up. Rolls up the arms. Throws him down.
Pablo, tell us a little bit more about the Sons of Dogtown. Obviously, they're from Dogtown, but what else could you tell us about?
Tell you what, they're House of Glory trained. They were part of the original House of Gangone, and you know a guy, Anthony Gangone, who we know very well here at PPW. They were his proteges, now going off on their own.
I'll tell you what, Anthony Gangone has been blown up all over social media lately. Anyone who's been a protege of
Oh, man! Running
Anthony
knee!
Gangone knows their business in the ring, but things aren't looking too good for the Sons of Dogtown here. Veterans in the ring, the Punk Rock All-Stars know how to work over
Big
a green team like the Dogtown.
Big back
Sons of
elbow
Dogtown.
by Sean Cannon and Drake Carter showing that teamwork, EJ. And a cover, nonchalant kick out by Toasty Tom. You're not going to put him away that easy.
Absolutely not. Snap suplex, only a 2 count.
Cannon has it locked in. That hammer looks kind of a reverse hammer lock. I did just throw my pen at him.
What are you going to do, Pablo? Sometimes the cameraman gets in the way.
Uh-oh. Cannon. Oh, man. Right into the beautiful new turnbuckle there that PPW has. Step up insecurity by Sean Cannon. Big elbow right across the chest, floats over, shoulders down.
Tell you what, you saw a new side of the Punk Rock All-Stars ever since they lost that tag team championship. They have been looking to get that back, and you're seeing a more aggressive edge than you've seen in the past. This is almost like a new team over the past few months. Case in point, Paul Bowe.
Now twisting the neck of Toasty Tom, and a kick right to the clavicle there by
Toasty
Drake Carter.
Tom.
Sean Cannon mocking Rembrandt Lewis up there, taunting him. Springboard stomp.
Oh my God.
Right on the forearm, EJ. You know there, those bones are very brittle in your arm.
Absolutely.
Could snap at any second.
That wrist could snap just like a twig, Paul Bowe.
And now the Punk Rock All-Stars cutting in half this 18 by 18 ring and keeping Toasty Tom in their corner. Now another frequent tag. In comes Drake Carter again. Kick right to the midsection. Slow, methodical pace tonight by the Punk Rock All-Stars. Side Russian leg sweep into the cover. Floats over, shoulders down. Kick out.
Like I said, you're seeing a new side of the Punk Rock All-Stars over the past 4 or 5 months. One of the longest reigning tag team champions ever in PPW, the Punk Rock All-Stars. They are looking to get that title back around their waist, and now it's vacant, Paul Bowe, so it's anyone's game.
Big back elbow. Rembrandt Lewis sent flying to the side. Sean Cannon all over Toasty Tom. And like it's EJ, how much longer can this go on?
Not much longer. The human body reaches a breaking point, Paul Bowe.
Well, here's Tom firing back with a back elbow and a straight right hand.
Toasty Tom got him buttered up here.
There he goes.
Makes
and
the
there's
tag.
the tag. Rembrandt Lewis going up top. Oh, high cross body block.
Takes both of the Punk Rock All-Stars out. Fighting back with the back elbows here.
Big back elbow. He's a house of fire now. Martial arts style kick right behind the leg. Look at this, DJ. Talk about innovative offense.
Stacking them up.
Stacking them up.
And knocking them down.
Planted him. Floats over, shoulders down. Oh, man, I thought he had him, EJ.
I thought that was the upset, Paul Bowe. And there's the wild card outside the ring to Lila, checking on her man. Action back in the ring here. Hard Irish whip to the corner.
Rembrandt Lewis runs up, big running knee right to the side of the face. He's on the
on the skateboard. I like it, Paul Bowe.
Tell you what, you talk about something you never seen before. A skateboard in there, right into Rembrandt Lewis. Out. Punk Rock All-Stars doing what they do best. It's over.
I'll tell you what.
Here are your winners, Drake Carter, Sean Cannon, the Punk Rock All-Stars. EJ, a much-needed win for the Punk Rock All-Stars as they advance in this tag team tournament here at PPW on High Voltage.
Paul Bowe, the Sons of Dogtown wanted to come out riding their skateboards. The Punk Rock All-Stars, they sent them back to Venice Beach.
PPW on June 27th. Your destiny awaits you.
Come see former WWE Diva Summer Rae, former WWE Superstar TJ Perkins, from NXT, the returning Mercedes Martinez, along with Sean Maluda, PPW Heavyweight Champion Evander James, the Neon Ninja Facade, Green Machine Mike Orlando, South Philly's finest, and much, much more. Tickets are available right now at ppwwrestling.com.